Reset Podcast. And now your host, Jake Naraki.
What is going on, Reset Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Operation Self Reset. I am Jacob Naraki. I'm an entrepreneur, a motivational speaker, inventor, creative thinker, and I am here to motivate and inspire you to reset your life one habit at a time. That's right. If we can break the habits that you have right now in your own personal life, marvelous, magical things can happen. So if you are a loyal, devoted fan of this show, you know that I was not truthful in 2014. I told you that I would be providing some amazing content and things were going to be extraordinary. Well, they were for a little bit, but by October, I was pretty much overwhelmed by many different things that were going on in my life. And I had to actually pull back on the podcast. And I think, like anybody, as soon as you say, I will get back to that later, you lose track of time, and next thing you know, it's January 1st. Well, luck be a lady, because here I am, January 1st, telling you why I did not perform at the end of 2014. But it doesn't really matter about the excuses that I'm going to share with you now, because that's what they are, excuses. I should have been truthful. If I said I was going to do something, I need to go ahead and do it. And I think that's what's wrong with a lot of things in our society. People fail to deliver, and I am speaking from a man that should be here as a truthful presenter to you. I did not do that for you. So I first off, I apologize. The reasoning is we decided to move our office in the basement. We're expecting our second child, and the second child's taking up our office. We live in a 3-bedroom ranch-style home. And so I decided to be a go-getter and start building a office in the basement. Well, as I found out, I'm not very handy, and I knew that to begin with, so I knew this would be a difficult project. But as I continued on and started building the walls, I realized that our north wall of the basement was out of plumb, which means our basement wall was starting to lean in towards the interior of the house by 2 inches. Now, if you have had basement repair before, you know 2 inches is actually a really big deal. To the average person, 2 inches doesn't seem like that big of a deal. But when it's your basement wall and your house is sitting on your basement walls, it's kind of a big deal. So I had to dig up my basement, install these steel beams, straighten them out, tighten them down, all this stuff, refill in the concrete in the basement, move stuff around, move the office from one side to another. Everything was out of disarray. It was a complete hot mess. And next thing you know, it's January 1st, and it took forever. Just like any project that you try to do in your own house, a kitchen, a bathroom, even a simple painting of the living room, it takes forever, doesn't it? Why does it take so long to do a house project? I don't know. But nonetheless, I'm back, and I want to proclaim and promise you 2015 will be a year that you can reflect on and go, Jake held his word. So number one, a couple of goals that I have set for myself. Number one, podcasting, of course, is going to be on the forefront. I am going to provide one podcast per week at a minimum. There might be some weeks I might provide 2 or 3, but for the majority of the time for the podcasting, it's going to be one time per week, mostly on Wednesday mornings, okay? So check. Second of all, I'm going to try to finish my book. My book is called Heroes Don't Hit Snooze, okay? Now, it's funny because when it comes to goal setting, a lot of the times people are like, write down your goals, right? But as also you may or may not read, they also suggest telling your parents, telling a friend, the goals that you have in mind for yourself, right? Because you want to be held accountable. But they say, though, statistics have proven that if you choose to share your goal with the world, you almost get a sense, a euphoria of already completing that goal, so you don't need to push yourself to achieve that goal. Now, doesn't that sound weird? So by me stating on January 1st that I'm going to finish a book by the end of the year, I almost get satisfaction already built inside of my brain saying that I already completed it and I don't need to strive and push for it as much as if I only had that written on my wall. So it's kind of interesting how goals work. And one of the couple of podcasts coming up here, we're going to be talking a lot about goals considering it's January 1st. So that's the second goal that I have. And the third goal I have is just to be reaching my personal best. I think a lot of us get caught up in wanting to exceed our personal best and get to that next level, almost like, body hacking, mind hacking, all that stuff. And I decided to just kind of do my personal best. Don't go over the top. Don't try to search for that next hot book, that next hot idea. Just be the best Jake Nawrocki I can be. Those are my three goals that I want to achieve for 2015. Of course, there's many more. But they say, though, the average person cannot think more than 7 to 9 different thoughts constantly during the day. Okay, so that might sound low to some of you because you feel like you have a million different thoughts, but 7 to 9 really big thoughts. So I know if I have these three goals in my mind on a constant basis every single day when I wake up, and I will do that because I have now not the world's largest, but I have a very, very large dry erase board. It's not custom. Well, it's custom. I actually went to Home Depot and I bought one of those big 6 foot by 4 foot sheets of drywall, and I had it cut specifically to my wall. I kind of did in my basement. It looks good. It looks real good, and I have everything that I need to do laid out on here, and I have different chunks that I drew out, and one of them is my goals, and those are the 3 goals that I have. Before the end of the year, of course, I have smaller goals that I wanted to achieve. I think just like anybody needs, and we'll talk about that in the next coming up podcast. But I just wanted to get this podcast out here, and be truthful, and to tell you exactly what's going on with me. I do apologize from the bottom of my heart for not being there for you when you needed me. A lot of you guys have been reaching out to me, asking me what has been going on. Am I been MIA? Have I stopped the podcast? All that stuff. No, Operation Self Reset is very close to my heart. You know what? This is what got me to where I am today. I would not be in the books. I wouldn't be speaking. I wouldn't be doing great, marvelous things with Goalie.com that I'll be sharing here in a little bit. All the things. I mean, I'm truly blessed because of this podcast and because of you listening and wanting the information that I'm sharing. So I just wanted to give you an update, and that update is I am dedicated for you for 2015. I want to be the number one source for self-help, personal development, and sometimes these personal development and self-help can get a little over the top, get a little, whoa, kind of, in your face. I kind of want to break it down to the 101. Like, we're going basic level here, because the things in personal development and the things in self-help is not, they may seem complex, but they're really not that complex. Let's get serious here. Goal setting. It's been around for thousands of years. Self-talk has been talked about for hundreds of years. Having a positive mindset. Nothing new there. Look at the great people that have conquered different worlds and countries. They've had those positive mental attitudes within. It's just never been documented like it has been currently or within the last 10 years or so. So with that being said, I just want to make sure that I am truthful to you from here on out, because this is a relationship. I do not want to be that guy that gets online like, hey, I can promise you A, B, C, and D, and then I don't deliver, and you're like, well, that guy was a total creep, and now he just took my money. The cool thing is I don't want your money because I don't need it. And I don't need it in a way that saying I'm overconfident or cocky or anything like that. I'm doing this out of the good-hearted nature of myself. I'm doing it because I want you to succeed. I want you to achieve for better in your own life, so your family, so your relationships, for your job, your career, everything can excel to the next level. Truly, that's the benefit of personal development. It helps clear up your own mind so you can clear up the things that your mind focuses in on. And that is the exterior. That's your relationships, your career, the things that you enjoy outside of your daily mindset. So with that, I just want to say thank you again for listening, for being a fan, and also to 2015 is going to be a remarkable year for myself and you, because coming up here in the next podcast, I'm going to share with you the proper ways to set up goals. Goal setting is kind of easy, but it's very hard, because we all know goals are important. We know goals that we want to achieve, but who here has really written down the goals? Who here has followed through on the goals? Who here has set up people around them to help them achieve their goals? Not too many people, to be honest, not too many people. So that is what I want to help you with, because what's the point of looking forward to the new year if you don't have an end goal in mind? I mean, it's the truth, Maybe, and it doesn't have to be financial. It doesn't have to be find Mr. Right or Mrs. Right. It can be just, spending more times with your kids per week. It can be, journaling daily. It could be to, fix those loose ends financially so you are able to go on a Disney cruise come December, or something, whatever it is. I don't know. I mean, there's so many options, obviously. So that's why I'm going to keep it broad and stuff like that. But I just want to say, again, thank you. And I am here for you. If you guys have any questions for me, email me at Jake, J-A-K-E, at OperationSelfReset.com. And also, too, if you want to get on the email list and see all the cool things that are going on OperationSelfReset.com, head over there and sign up. Hope that you will be one of them. So enjoy the rest of the holiday season here, and we will catch you soon in 2015 with the first episode being all about goals. All right, take care, guys. We will catch you soon.